Okay, friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, you may know already in our YouTube channel series, we have uploaded certain videos for business consultancy. Today, also, one business consultancy lecture you are looking at. Now, this is our topic today: how to earn cash in business and how to protect your cash in business. Now, this is very important as far as a very small businessman is concerned, and also you may have certain boutique or small shop or whatever, or from small business to large business, you may have whatever whatever activity. Now, here we are going to look at how to earn easily the profits and cash, and also to protect your cash easily. Now, as businessmen, already you may be using these kind of techniques. Now, I would tell you certain techniques that you have to definitely follow, otherwise your cash will be you will lose your cash. The first concept is, as a businessman or as a small shop owner or as a large entrepreneur, you have to think the entity concept is this. Now, if you may have learned this concept in accountancy, but remember, for accountancy purposes, so for general business knowledge purposes, you may need to think about entity concept in the sense, the person but the businessman is there and his business is there. Now, this is the business. You have to think at initial stage, this businessman and this business or whatever the premises uh, are different units. Now, there is some demarcated line in between these two. These are separate units. You have to remember that thing first. I will explain you further. Now, for example, as a small businessman, you may mess up your private transactions and enterprise transactions sometimes. For example, you are getting cash from your pocket, and you are giving to certain suppliers or certain customers the as balance or whatever. Now, this has to be stopped immediately. That is the basic concept. If you need to earn profits, and if you need to protect your profit, and if you need to protect your cash which is generated from the business, you have to stop this malpractice first. Why I am saying malpractice? Now, in accountancy and for business purposes, you have to think, you as the person and the business are separate entities. For example, for simple examples, now you may need to buy something for your business, for example material or whatever. When you go to your business premises today, you may see there is no material, there is no stuff to sell for customers. You may need to purchase those things, and when you check your business premises cash whatever drawer or something, it may be empty. Now, what you are doing is, you have a pocket. Now, what you are doing is, you go to wherever the shop or wherever marketplace, and you take your money from your pocket, and you buy certain items for selling, for selling in this business premises. Now, what will happen? You take your money from your pocket, and you buy those stuff, and you come to your premises, and you are selling that for outsiders, for outside customers. Now, what will happen? If you don't record these things separately in the sense, the money you are taking from your pocket, you are put into business now, but business has to give that return to you today or in future date. That is the separation you have to think. This person who are doing the business and the business are separate units. If you are giving some personal money to business, that business is responsible for returning that money to you. That is called the capital, or whatever the return that the company has to give that owners. This owner is putting capital to business. Business has a liability in the sense credibility. Business has a credibility to return that money again to that businessman. Remember this demarcation, remember this entity concept. Don't mess it up. If you are doing certain business, you may don't mess your private transactions and business transactions together. Business transactions, now this person is putting money to business, that means cash cash increased, and also liability liability to liability to owner also increased. That is why we are preparing balance sheet kind of thing. Balance sheet, in that balance sheet, cash, asset and liability. Asset increased, liability also increased. Anytime at particular point, any particular point, this balance sheet is telling. That is the core concept of business. Don't miss your private transactions and business transactions. The other way around. Now, if you need to pay for your private transaction, for example, somebody is coming and asking your house rent, that is separate entity where you are living at the house. Now business is at different place. Business is not connected to this house or wherever. Now that landlord or somebody is coming and asking the rent, your private living house rent. Now you don't have money in your pocket. What we are doing is, you are going to business and open the drawer and get the money and pay to that landlord. So that is your private transaction, that is not the business transaction. So whatever money you are taking for your private purposes, you have to give to the business. That is, you have to give to the business. So otherwise, this liability in the sense, the business has to return some money to you. You are giving in advance, you are getting in advance, in the sense that liability is reducing. For example, in the same case, you are going to the business premises and open the drawer and take money. Let's say $2 or $5 or whatever. Then $5 you are taking from the business and you are giving to that landlord, the rent owner. Then after sometimes, if you have money, you have to put that $5 to business cash drawer. Or otherwise, if you don't put that money to business cash drawer, the money that the business has to return to you will be reduced by that $5. That means you have you should have a sense not to ask that $5 money from the business someday. It may be closing down point, or it may be year end process in the sense, normally a business may be the business may go to infinite number of years. We cannot wait until that number of years to ascertain, to calculate correct profit or loss, because correct profit and loss from the business can be identified or can be calculated correctly at the end of the business lifetime. But we cannot wait until that. What we have to do is, we have to we have to uh, we have to uh, demarcate that infinite or number of period or whatever longer period to periods. Let's say it may be it is mostly 12 months, 1 year. Then at the end of 1 year or at the end of business lifetime, this the money in advance you are taking from the business drawer, the drawer of the business, you have to sort out in the sense, if you are waiting until end, the whatever return business has to give you will be reduced by that in advanced drawing in the sense, the private money, the personal personal expenses you incurred from business drawer will be reduced until end, or else at the year end, the money what uh, what business has to give you will be reduced by personal money took you from the business drawer. That is the core concept you have to remember. If you need to earn profits, or if you need to earn more cash in the business, you should not miss your private transactions and business transaction. There should be demarcated line, separate line in between those two transactions. You should not allow any time, any particular point, or any time your personal transactions and business transactions are missed. So that is the core concept. And the other thing is, now in practical point of view we are talking, in when we are doing businesses, it may be a small boutique, or it may be a small shop, or it may be a large scale company. You don't miss your private transactions and company transactions. For that purposes, you have to record all things separately. For example, whatever you are paying out of your pocket will be recorded separately, because company has to give you someday. And whatever money you are taking from the business drawer for your personal transactions will be recorded separately. It may be, now uh, when we are going to take that money, sometimes we don't access to computer systems, and we don't access to ledger accounts and all. But at least you have to write down in a small booklet or whatever. Those those booklets may be there in the drawer, and or another booklet may be there in your pocket as well, because you are performing certain transactions from your pocket as well on behalf of the company. So those kind of things you will be recording separately in the sense, the money that you have to give to business, and money that business has to give you, those transactions, those informations you will be keeping definitely. Otherwise your earning profits and your earning cash, enough cash, may be not a reality thing. So recording transactions also very important. Keep a small booklet in your t-shirt pocket or wherever shirt pocket, and write down all transactions. Or else, if you are, as far as new technology is concerned, if you don't have time to write down in booklets and all, just keep an voice recording or whatever, and go to your Android phone and keep a note regarding your personal transactions and the business transactions that you are doing. So use as much as possible easiest ways. Okay. Now uh, another thing that I have to highlight to is, these personal transactions we considered, and record keeping manually, record keeping temporarily, and after that those temporary transactions, those temporary recordings you have to you have to get your business books. Okay, now in our videos, one video we made regarding how to use this new technology for your business. Now in that scenario we uh, took you are maintain you are doing a stationary business or whatever communication business. Now somebody is coming and asking for a typesetting or whatever, you are busy mode. Now what you have to do is, now typesetting, the traditional typesetting, you have to do with your keyboard. Actually you have to find out the keys, and you have to press the keys and take the printout and give him, and you may have certain small money on that. Now without doing all those things, we introduce to use your Gboard system and go to your tab and use Gboard system. In this tab you can install Gboard. Then voice recognition will be written on your email surface, so wherever wherever file you want, and quickly you can get a print out or whatever and give him. Or else at the same time simultaneously you can send him email as well, because uh, you, directly you are writing on the email and get a printout from that. Because now because of that reason you can directly send email to that person and earn certain money on that. And also another thing I have to inform you. Now record keeping, you can keep your records manually with the small booklets and all in your pocket, and also in the business premises, business drawer as well. Now now going beyond that, you can maintain certain excel sheet kind of thing. All of you may have seen excel sheets. In these excel sheets you have lines like this, and you can have certain excel sheet kind of thing for your recording transactions. Here one particular comprehensive sheet may be maintained by you for all things. Because the double entry system and all, those may be difficult to understand, and those may be difficult to uh, record as and when transactions are being done. So here what we have to do is, one particular sheet you can maintain for your business purposes. In that, date date name name in the sense somebody who is paying to you, or uh, to somebody you are paying, that name. And here description. And in this column you can see the account or whatever, the recording uh, ledger account or whatever. If you don't know any accounting, or if you don't have any background for accounting, just forget about that, right? Then purpose, let's say account or purpose. And here amount. This one excel sheet you will be maintaining. For example, now you are putting some money to your cash drawer, because uh, the the company, the business has to purchase certain stuff for selling purposes. You are putting that money, then date, let's say 1/1/2020, name name let's say me or whatever. Description, put in money, put in money. Account, if you don't know the account, you just forget about that. Now this is the purpose you can write, the purpose you can write, put in money to drawer. Amount 100,000 or whatever, 100,000. Okay, now you are paying that 100,000. Out of that 100,000 you are paying 25,000 for purchasing stuff. Then at the same day, let's say name, maybe a company, or a company purchases. Material name also you can write down here, let's say stationery. This 100,000 in to the company. If it is in, you can say plus. If it is going out, you can say minus. Then minus 25,000. Minus 25,000. Right? Then to drawer stationery. Now you are selling that stationery to particular person. Second 1 2020. Not company A. You are selling to Peter. Peter, description, selling stationery. Stationery, it may be the item wise you can maintain stationery A, or let's say marker pen, so the paper, so wherever paper. Then when you are selling, the money comes in, then plus 10,000. Likewise, you can record your all transactions in one particular Excel sheet. By using this Excel sheet, you can do many things. You can link these two accounts, and you can sort these out, and you can have certain formula kind of things and transfer from this to another, and you can find out by uh, search options, you can find out at once information if you need, and you can sort these out. For example, put in cash, put in money to drawer, put in money to drawer, put in money to drawer. It may be 3 or 4 times when you are going down. Then just sort these out, or just you can have here certain VLOOKUP or certain filter kind of thing in Excel to find out quickly as much as possible the information. So this is very important for your earning money and protecting your cash, recording transactions. Because remember, after this corona, you are again standing up as a businessman. You don't you should not do mistakes you did past, but stand up as a new person and think rationally, and use as much as possible the uh, computers and the tablets and your phones, iPhones, or maybe for your business. Then those will be protecting your cash generation and business profits. So in this quick live video, we try to do something, and we will meet again with this topic, because so many things we have to discuss as consultations. And if you have any question, or if you have any problems, you can comment here, and also you can suggest something, some important lectures, so wherever you can suggest, we can do something uh, on behalf of you. Thanks for watching. We will meet again. And subscribe if you have not yet done. And click the bell icon also. We will come to live again.